welcome everybody to another edition of the Side Dive Podcast with your host, BJ, known as Bill Walton, Tim, the Royal Taste Tester of the day,
Yeah.
and myself, who will be repping Terry Funk, legendary pro wrestler. Rest in peace, Terry Funk. I also got the bad news: Bray Wyatt passed away. Another WWE star, Young Cat 36. So it's with the. Hey, if you know me, you know how big a wrestling fan I am. So those are two of my favorites. So now that's a little sucky. But the show must go on, and we got a big day. This is a big show.
So excited.
All the
So
new
excited.
beers are out, and my man has scooped some up, and he's going to test them live. Well, recorded to y'all, live to us. First time tasting of said beers.
Yep. Straight from the store into the fridge. First time, yeah. But I let the show down. I couldn't find the Ames Lager, so I don't know. I'm a little upset.
Well,
let's see what we can do.
Like we said before we went on, you are not the only one. Apparently it's a struggle finding that.
Yeah.
So yeah, without further ado, let's jump into this. So what do you taste it first?
I think I'll go with the legend. It's from First Down Brewing in Winterset. Evidently, guy that runs that, his name's Sam Hanker, if I have his last name right. And he's got a little microbrewery down there, and he went in conjunction with Peachtree Brewing. I think they're out of Oskaloosa. To put this together so he could get it out. Well, it's in the Jack Trice Legacy Foundation,
Okay.
which I think is run by George Trice, who is like a nephew or something. I'm not sure the exact relation, but the proceeds from this go to the Trice Legacy Foundation, which actually, evidently, every year a kid from Cleveland gets this gets the scholarship to go to Iowa State, if I remember right.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that's what this supports, and it's a red corn ale, which is interesting. Something a little different than the other ones that are out. And it's 4.5
Now, hang on.
ABV.
Now, let me preface this as saying that VJ and Pipes can get all scientific on you because they have brewed their own beer. Me, I am a Miller Lite Michelob Ultra. I do not have such a refined palate. So if they start talking to you all about hops and percentages and all that things, I will be silent because I don't know any of it. But these guys aren't just saying stuff to be saying stuff. They know this stuff. So you said a red corn ale?
Yep.
Now, as far as I know, it's barley hops. So is the red corn ale replacing something?
No. So like Busch Light or Busch is brewed with corn, and like Budweiser's brewed with rice. So yeah. So it's not out there.
Oh.
That's basically more or less the sweetener.
And I would say I knew neither of those things about the corn or the rice. So here we go. Nice color, a little dark for my taste.
Yeah, reminds me of a red. Obviously, it's a red ale. So let's see here. Yeah, it's good. Uh, yeah, it's got a light. It's real flavorful with that red. Obviously, it's a darker beer. So yeah, it's real flavorful, but it's not heavy. So yeah, it's good. I like it. So
Nice.
so you guys
Does
gonna
it,
make me?
does it, oh, does it have, you know, and maybe it's just it's probably my mind playing tricks on my nose, but
Mhm.
those brewery type of beers
Yeah,
always have like a distinct smell to them.
it does. It does. I did notice that right away. Yeah, yeah, it does. I mean, I sniffed it. It wasn't like you know, it wasn't like I just noticed it. I sniffed it, and it does have a darker, like a like a coffee roasted smell. Not like coffee, but how that'll hit you. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's good. It's like a beer. You're talking about like a microbrewery where you go to eat. This tastes like one of those beers that would be good. Like you're having your sauerkraut, your brat. This would be good for that. And this is good. Uh, this is to me is like kind of like an October beer, but it's a little lighter. So,
I was going to ask, what
yeah,
would you compare it to?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, even back in the day, like do you remember Killian's Irish Red back in the day? You know, Coors used to put that out. That's what it's like, but I don't think it's a little lighter tasting than that. So yeah, it's good. But I don't mean too many beers I don't like because you guys know. So,
Nice. And yes, buying it does support a good cause. So, I mean,
okay.
buy them all, first of all.
Well, it's kind of interesting how Iowa State's chosen to do it because like the Clone Fest um, is from back pocket, and they paid to officially license their beer through Iowa State. So, uh, I Vernon, you probably know more about that than we do. But how does that work as far as Iowa State goes to them, or do they go to Iowa State asking how much would it be for us to do an officially licensed beer? I'm not sure how that works.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but the negotiation would be obviously with Iowa State to give them the rights to do that. I mean, the big thing for them would be they would have sole rights to use whatever's on that can, which is pretty cool from a marketing perspective and from a business perspective.
Yeah. And actually, if you look at both cans, I mean, both they're sweet. The legend has, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's got, the Jack Trice and the I Will, and they even, they even have a reference to the whole story on the back.
Is this the group that got in trouble? Iowa State, or is this different?
Well, no, you're right. It is. So they were selling, like during Ragbri, they were selling cycling shirts for their foundation using the 5 bars.
Yeah.
And evidently Iowa State had a problem with that because that's officially licensed Iowa State logo.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, hey, you got to protect your IP though. I get that. It's not.
But okay. So they just awarded Gary Vaughn, senior linebacker. There's and I don't know if it's through the foundation or not. I didn't do that research, but there's a Jack Trice. I can't think of the word now, but it's the Jack Trice Scholarship. Where they do it every year, and they give it to a senior football player. So you know you're saying they're not letting them use the 5 bars because it's Iowa State intellectual property, but it's like, okay, they're doing the scholarship. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't know. As a PR guy, do you just let that go?
Well, it's the way. I don't know. I don't know the rules, but visually, the visual representation has to match whatever's in their style guide, their marketing book, their guidelines, whatever. And if they do not ensure that whoever uses their intellectual property the correct way, then it does damage the brand, and then you don't have a case when someone uses it for monetary purposes and you go to court over that.
But I mean, it's so closely tied together. Wouldn't they, wouldn't they try to me, I think they would try to work it out. Not wanting the bad PR of, they're not letting, the Trice Legacy Foundation use the 5 bars,
I hear you. I don't, I mean, and that's the other thing. We don't know what went on behind the scenes. We don't know if there were any conversations.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the public's view, it didn't look good. That doesn't look good.
Right. So and I can see both sides too. But to me, you work together and you figure that. I mean, obviously, people pay for the licensing to print shirts all the time. So I don't know. Maybe you cut them an easier deal. I don't know. But
all right.
All right. Well, whilst we wait for the second beer to be tasted.
But I was gonna say, come on, shotgun that. Let's go. Next one.
Let's talk about some positions, and we might as well start at the spot where we're about to have probably the biggest transition, and that's at the quarterback spot. Because what we thought was a man coming back for his second season as a quarterback has now disappeared, and we have 2 dudes with no time in the college experience, Rocco Beck and JJ Cole. As far as I've heard, it's going to be one of those two.
Well, I've heard it's like neck and neck, like it's like a battle.
No, yeah. I mean, we're going to see both of them in the UNI game, I believe.
How does that work? How do you think that works? How do you do that?
You just do it like everybody does it. A series here, a series there, or a quarter here, a quarter there, and unless whoever gets out, unless somebody jumps it and has a hot hand first. If Beck starts and has a poor outing, you bring Cole in. If he's blowing up the spot, you leave you leave him in for a little longer.
So obviously Beck is going to be a sophomore, or is a sophomore. True freshman with Cole. If they're neck and neck, you don't go with the higher upside guy, knowing that you have all these young guys.
It just depends. For me, it just depends on what's most important to me for my quarterback, or who does the best at what I value the most in my quarterback, and that just depends on what you value the most as your quarterback. If Cole is better for me, it's, and probably for a lot of people, who's been turning the ball over less.
Right. Oh, easily. I mean,
that's been a big thing. Yeah. Who's been turning the ball over less, and who looks like they have the most command of the system. If Beck has better command, but Cole's just better athletically, I think I'm going with command because that's what I want.
it sounds like you're talking about trust. Who the coach trusts the most, and we don't know what exactly that entails, but I mean, you brought up some definite attributes that I'm sure most coaches would be like, yeah, that's the reasons why I want to put that kid in. And maybe it becomes situational. I hope not, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
another thing.
to
I
me,
mean, didn't Florida win a title with Chris Leak and Tim Tebow?
Oh shoot!
doing. Granted, we are not Florida, but I guess maybe there is a bulldozer package like OU had.
well, supposedly the transfer kid, the JUCO kid, is a bigger guy. He's a big lefty and pretty athletic, I guess. There's supposedly they have packages for him.
Be careful. We don't need to get involved with PETA.
Was that rough? Oh shoot. So yeah. To me, if Brex, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say go ahead.
Oh, if Brex starts, comes in, they score right away, or they look really good in that first drop. I mean, to me, you leave that guy in until he's not, until he starts slipping, or until he's not productive. So,
I was gonna ask, who do you two like?
Well, my deal
Or
is,
I think Williams already said who he's liked.
Yeah,
but I mean, in fairness to Rocco, I mean, I haven't seen him play.
Okay.
I mean, so not having seen. I mean, I've seen minimal highlights of JJ Cole. So, I'm going with name, but I'll go with whoever looks like they're going to do the best.
Yeah. Well, the other thing might be is how's the offensive line holding up? Because I mean, Cole's 6'6", 260. If he's not super mobile, I mean, and Rocco is, so maybe I'm sure that could play into it too.
Yeah. Yeah, so, and a lot might be determined. A lot might be determined on what the running game is like.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Dude, if our quarterbacks are going to have to do what Decker, I mean, it'll be another year where a bunch of interceptions if they're running around back there with trying to win the games, because we don't have a running game. Yeah, if that happens, we're in big trouble.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. Speaking of said running game, everybody's still under the well, I mean, as far as we know, it was the Norton versus Harris thing, but the rumors of how well the freshmen are doing.
Well, you got to Eli Sanders too.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to start over the other two. I think in the end.
I think he's number two. I think he's number two, because to me, I think it's kind of like a thunder and lightning thing. He's the fast guy, and Norton's the bull. I mean, have you seen any pictures of him lately? He's up to like two. Oh yeah, he's up to like 230. And he's like 5'10". He's just tree trunk legs. So. I mean, we saw him punish people as a true freshman last year when in his little playing time. But
well, we all know Abu Sama is fast.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they were well, I mean, yeah.
Dude's fast. Ain't no other way around it. They got to get him on the field in some capacity. Maybe he's the new Nwangu, and he's returning the kicks. But get him on the field somehow, and use that speed to an advantage. Swing passes or screen passes or something. If he's on, get him out there and get him on the get the ball in his hand. But as for starter, it's kind of almost the way it is with the quarterback. I need somebody I can trust not to fumble the ball.
Yep, and pass pro too.
Yeah.
That's probably yeah.
You can't block. I don't care how fast you are. Go sit your ass down, because we need somebody who can at least chip somebody.
Well, that
slow somebody down. You ain't got to pancake anybody, but
yeah. Plus, you don't want to be in that position where you got to put in somebody else because it's a passing play, and they know they're changing running backs because the guy's a blocker,
Because he's a scrub. He can't block.
That guy, yeah. So.
Wide receiver. I thought this was going to be the year of Greg Gaines. And then in comes this Eastern Kentucky dude that everybody apparently loves. So it's like, yeah. So it's like, goddamn. Because that's another dude who's got some wheels that I want to see get on the field. I mean, how's everybody else utilizing their fast guys and we're not? We're gonna have a 4x1 team standing on the damn sideline.
Gotta catch the ball though, like you said. It goes back to
trust. You can get to him on a reverse.
Yeah.
I had a kid with stone hands. Well, I'm like, we're gonna get this kid the ball somehow. Reverse.
Yeah.
I mean, felt like we were doing the cha-cha slide. There was so much reversing going on.
I haven't heard him bring up his name at all in preseason. So, but that Kieran Adams kid from Arizona, he was like a 10-300 guy.
He's another burner.
Yeah, that'd be good if we could. You were talking about returns before. Get speed like that out there. But
y'all up there sound like the old school Oakland Raiders.
Yeah. Yeah, they had Willie Golf and Sam Grady, and we look at the 4x1 team. Adams from Chandler. Sure, Larry Canella can give us all we need to know about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if these quarterbacks are like the quarterbacks of the past we've had, then Jalen Noel should be primed for a big year because Ohio State loves to throw tons of volume at their number one wide receiver.
Well, I mean, he still had 60 catches last year, So, and I mean, obviously they had to throw the ball a lot because they couldn't run, but so he should have a huge year. Hey, but William, you're talking about Gaines. They haven't talked about him hardly at all that I've heard coming out of camp, but they have talked about the kid from Lincoln, the Benny Ngoye.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have brought him up. And they have talked a little bit about the Kai Black from here in Urbandale. So.
That's right. They did get another Urbandale receiver.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's another. He's kind of a big dude like that. I don't know if he's quite as tall as Lazard, but he's still. I think he's like 6'4".
6'4", 205.
Yeah, and that's a true freshman. So.
Speaking of Urbandale, is that where Mason Dubrava is from?
Yep. Well, no, I'm not sure if he plays Urbandale. I know his dad's from here, but
I didn't know if they came back to Urbandale.
Yeah,
I thought Dubrava's kids were in Des Moines.
Oh, were they?
He had a daughter that ran track, I thought.
Oh, for real?
They were
Dowling?
No, it wasn't Dowling though. I want to say it was. May as well have been. It was like Waukee or something like that.
Oh,
You know.
yes. Yeah, okay. All right.
Beer number 2. Feeling good.
Beer number 2. So what's to tell us what we got her?
So we got the Clone Fest here from Back Pocket Brewing. It's a fest. They call it Fest beer lager, as you know, German style lager for around Oktoberfest time, I assume. This one's 5.0, so I should be feeling really good after this one. Yeah, it is. I don't know if you can quite see it on. It's another reddish, not quite as dark as the Legend, but
I'll say it's a little lighter. I can kind of see through it.
didn't quite have the head on it that the Legend did. Doesn't have the a lot of aroma. Gosh, I sound like Jesus.
Call you Norm up in here.
Yeah.
Wow.
This one is tasty too, but it's not quite as light. Like this one, you can still taste. I can still taste it on my tongue. I don't know if it's a little more hoppier or what it is. Yeah, so a little more aftertaste, I guess. So yeah, but it tastes good. It's good.
Do you have a preference between the two?
This one, I don't think you'd have more than 2 or 3 at the tailgate. I think this one you could probably make it through a whole tailgate with, or a whole 6-pack, and not, wouldn't weigh you down. This one feels a little heavier to me.
The one you have in your hand is your favorite, you said?
No, sorry. No, I like the Legend better as far as a game day beer, eating food, and not
okay.
where you're not just you have one beer and a brat and you're just done.
Got you.
Yeah, so.
And is there a comparison beer for that one?
I was just gonna ask.
Yeah, Killian's Red for the last one. What do you think for this one?
Yeah, so this one's a little more of an Irish style. This one's a little more of a German style. As far as,
So you
just a little more heavyweight punch to it. As far as yeah.
now
It's not like. What's that?
I think the only German beer I've ever had, and I don't even know if it's German, is Beck's.
Did you ever drink out of the boot?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, so you had Polliner, which is the best German beer ever, I think. That's Polliner Oktoberfest. So
no, that shit was, first of all, shit was unsanitary.
Yes, times 10.
Nextly, that beer was foul.
We got to bring it. No, it wasn't foul. No.
Man, I don't drink that mess.
So I can see. Okay, so here we go. I can see William drinking one of the Legends. I couldn't see him finishing one of the Clone Fests.
I've never had it, but I can concur.
This is more of a beer drinker's beer. Person that likes all kinds of different styles and stuff.
You beer connoisseurs.
Yeah. This beer, you could probably give it to one of your friends that isn't necessarily like that, and they would probably, be able to get through it. Well,
Cool.
I've got a fantasy football draft coming up with all Hawkeyes except me.
Uh-huh.
I'm bringing 2-3 cases of that.
I have
just to piss them all off.
Yeah. So George Trice, Brent Gervais, and Marcus Pfizer have a podcast called Side the Storm. And so obviously when they started I think it was the We Will Collective, George Trice was a little upset that they didn't go to them first until he read what the mission of the collective, and you might want to bring that up, William, as far as the We Will Collective, what their mission statement is. Like, he was upset that they didn't go to him first to say, we're going to call it We Will, until he saw their mission statement, and then he was like, okay, he was good with it.
Oh, you want me to pull it up?
Well, that's if you want, but you don't have to. That's what I'm just saying. He when we were talking about all the different trademarks and all that stuff.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we can have 100 We Will groups, but we're just never going to be one of the halves. We just
Well, yeah, because
I mean, the kids who are coming. The good news is we're not one of those middling universities when it comes to spending money, where you can kind of fudge to a kid that, oh no, we can get you whatever you want, knowing that there's a possible good chance you can't. We're not telling no kid we're getting his ass $1 million.
Right. I think they're like, you come here, you play.
You come here because you want to come here.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, and we can't afford to give somebody $1 million.
So, well, no, of course. But so you think if they did have the money, the recruiting pitch would totally change?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. If I won one of those $32 million, like $300 million lotteries, we're gonna have one hell of a class for one goddamn year.
So.
I mean, this shit's gonna look like Johnny Be Good.
Yeah. So you're going, if you had the money, you're going to the recruiting visit, and you set the suitcase on the table, and you talk, and then you're like, we can turn this around.
Yeah, this is Coach Campbell, and Rich, you're gonna be talking to me. Okay. Here's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn this briefcase around, and I'm gonna open it, and it's gonna shine on you like gold. Okay. And then I'm gonna shut it and light, and you can choose to pick it up, or you can turn it back around so the handle's facing me. Good pitch.
All right. So what is your guys' opinion on collectives? So as fans now, we have to buy these beers, or we just have to send money to a non-for-profit charity foundation to pay all these poor student athletes that are going to hopefully be able to fund these poor athletic programs. It's just
right. We don't have to. We don't have to.
I know, but we're like I told Jeremy. I was talking to Jeremy. I'm like, it just pisses me off. But I'm the sucker that'll be out there buying the beer. I'm not going to send them a monthly check. And I don't think, no matter how much money if I could fund the whole football program like T. Boone Pickens, I don't think I would ever do that. But
I mean,
teach their own.
Like I said, for 1 year I will.
But so you guys don't see any irony in the collectives, or
I look at it this way. They have found another way to latch into our emotion and how we spend our money and how it can benefit them. So if you don't want to, out of the kindness of your heart, donate money to Iowa State, donate money to the program. We know that you like to attend games and you'd like to tailgate. So why don't we create this illusion here of, I shouldn't say illusion, but honestly, let's
but it is a shell game to keep them from having to pay for players. That's
Correct.
what it is.
Correct. Yes.
And that's what upsets me.
Yep.
So
Well, for me, it's it's harder for me to give money, seeing how much money you're getting in contracts from just television.
but is that
And-
actually a lot? Is that actually a lot? Because like it breaks down to $30 million per school, you know, and if you compare that to any like pro sports money, you know what I'm saying? It's small. But go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
But I mean, is it small? I mean, because think, what were we making in the last contract?
Well, no, it is. I think it's about the same. I think they got the monies to where they're about the same. But I do agree, like it has totally changed Iowa State as far. I mean, because we've seen it. I mean, we remember parking in grass parking lots right next where the indoor practice facility is at. You know.
Yeah.
So, you know, and obviously the field line man, the more stuff they build, hey, go for it. Build all you want. So as far as building up Ames, I like that part of it. You know, so.
But as a fan, it's rough, especially if I was a Big Ten or SEC fan. It's kind of rough for y'all to come digging into my pockets when y'all's pockets are so goddamn fat. And then here you are, you already wanted me to pay $70 a ticket, a seat for a game, and then you want me to drop another 70 on food for 2-3 people. I got to pay for your parking. If I want to tailgate, I got to pay some more.
But wait, we're talking about the SEC. They've been doing that. They're used to
But
it.
I mean, no matter what conference you're in, but I mean, like I said, but they're making way much money than
Yeah.
Cyclones.
No, exactly.
And,
well, yeah. And
so it's one of those, damn.
oh yeah.
Y'all making an ass load of money, but you're actually making more money than you previously made, and then thus you're charging me more money than you did.
Right.
Then it's like, how's that add up?
The worst part is they prey on the loyalty. I mean, the longer you've been buying those seats, buying those parking spots,
Right.
You're the ones that come after. You never see a loyalty break from any of it. It just goes, up and up and up. So yeah, that's what kills me. You never get anything back for the loyalty. Those are the people that go to for more.
They're probably selling it as experience, and that you're getting a different experience.
True.
But think of how
we didn't
the
have to
loyal
park in grass anymore.
tailgaters kept getting bumped further and further and further away, and it's like, think of where we started tailgating.
No, that's what I was talking. Yeah,
to where we were this year. I mean, we're damn near at my mom's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a nice paved lot, though. We were standing on the grass.
No, believe me, I like the spot. The walk kind of sucked, but I like the spot.
Yeah.
Exclusivity and experience.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying too.
Yeah.
And I get why they do what they do. But anyway. All right, let's finish off this offense.
What was that on the agenda to talk about?
What, the offense?
No, we spent a good lot of time talking about.
No.
Well, I think it went along with the. I think it goes along with the beers. I mean, that's why. I'd probably buy the beer because it has cool Cyclone can, doing my game watches or whatever.
Yeah.
But like this, yeah. So yeah, that's why we're buying these, and they're both. Well, this one is just straight profit. This is non for profit. We Wills or Ames Lager, non for profit. So.
All right. Tight ends. Looks like there's going to be. There's been no official word, but he hasn't been practicing, so probably not going to have Deshaun Haneker.
He has left the team though, so I thought that was interesting. We didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
Rexford is going to be able to play
So
later in the season.
you know, yeah. So he has not of the Furious Five. He has not left the team.
Nice
So
one.
it,
Nice.
huh?
Nice one. Furious Five.
So that leaves in his stead Easton Dean, Andrew Keller. Who else? Tucker Clark, Gabe Burkle, Steve-O Kiatz, Tyler
Klotz.
Moore.
Tyler Moore's from Johnston.
Okay. And Benjamin, is it Bramer or Brahmer?
I think it's Bramer.
Ben Bramer. Not a lot of that. There's not a lot of experience there, but as long as you can block and catch the ball, that's all right. Mainly block. You can block. You're gonna get. There's a good chance you're gonna get some playing time for these Cyclones because the tight ends of the past, they are known for their catching and their big play ability. But one thing they've all been able to do, and that's block people. And if you can't block in this system, you ain't probably not going to be able to play. So I'm figuring Easton Dean's going to play because he's a senior incumbent.
Well, that he's had a lot of injury issues. So hopefully he has a healthy senior year. I mean, he's got all the measurables. I mean, former quarterback. So,
I mean, five of those names I listed off are freshmen.
Yeah.
So,
right, redshirt freshman, Steve-O Klotz. I think he's like a junior.
He's a junior.
Yeah.
Tyler Moore is a sophomore.
I think Klotz is going to be the more Dylan Sainer type of position as far as the lead blocking guy.
H-back or whatever they call it.
I think he's kind of that guy. Easton Dean, I think he'll be the full or the starter, see most of the time. But there's been a lot of talk, and I know I remember first time I heard of the kid was when you texted me about the Ben Bramer kid about how he was a Nebraska commit, and then Rule came, and evidently that fell through, and then evidently he didn't want any part of Brian Ferentz, and ended up at Iowa State.
Oh, I mean, they mad over here. They're mad over here about that kid getting away. Because there's some hardcore Nebraska fans who are just pissed.
Yeah, because they keep talking like he's like one of the best pass catcher types as far as among the group. So,
I mean, big kid, 6'7". The guy I'm at 6'7", 240 right now.
Videos I've seen him, he looks pretty skinny, but he looks like he does. He just looks like the type. And well, obviously, every time they've shown him, he's like laying out or reaching up, So,
well, he must have added to his frame because in high school he was listed at 6'6", 215.
Dang.
And now they're listing him. Roster height. They're listing him as at 240.
Wow.
I think he may have came early. I think he may have been here for spring. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
No.
Still, that's massive gains, dude.
He went and packed it on.
Yes.
So yeah, be interesting to see what he looks like in full gear. O-line. new O-line coach. So I mean, the good thing is Northern Iowa did not have bad O-line. I mean, you got cat in the NFL. When's the last time Iowa State had a lineman in the NFL?
Keith Sims.
Assembly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But that's been a while.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been. Well, wait, and then who's the dude that came after him? There's one more dude I can't think of. Think of what his name was.
Kalechi got a Super Bowl ring too. Somebody got a Super Bowl ring with Baltimore.
True.
Yep.
He was. I thought the dude was a guard. Julian Good Jones.
Yeah, I think he was in camp with the Eagles, but he's been playing up in Canada.
Okay, somebody else.
Whoever
Whoever it is, it was a few years ago. It must be gone. Because this is just the current list.
Did Trevor Downing go into camp?
I don't see him anywhere.
Huh.
I think Butler's still with the Steelers. I haven't seen he got cut.
He got waived. He got injured. They waived him.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
But we got off fucking track.
Yeah.
We were from lineman to. So anyway, this dude. I mean, what's the dude's name? Wasn't he from Clear Lake or something, BJ?
Penning.
Yeah.
Trevor Penning.
Yep.
And he had a mean streak about him too.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa State could use a dose of mean streak on their offensive line. I ain't gonna lie. Maybe two, 3 people. With some, I mean, we ain't gotta go full Richie Incognito, but you know,
I would hope not.
we can.
We don't need any more headlines.
For real. So, you know, there's dudes returning, but it's gonna. I'm sure that the line was terrible last year. Let's just call it what it is. Line was terrible last year. So, I mean, I'm sure it's the system's going to be revamped with a new coach in. So
one thing to worry. Oh yeah, sorry.
I was just gonna say, so it's kind of wait and see.
Yeah, one thing to worry about the line though is Trevor Downing, who I just talked about, was the center last year. So we have a new center, you know, and that could always be tricky, especially with the offensive line issues we've dealt with.
Well, the good news is we'll also have a new quarterback,
right?
So they won't know what to expect. It won't be like Deckers gets under there, used to Downing, and all of a sudden he's not there. And we got to get used to that. No, we're gonna have 2 dudes getting their fill together. I mean, they need to look at each other and be like, "It's you and me, kid." You know, this game starts and ends right here. So we gotta be on point. Yeah. Do we put our kickers in with the offense or punters?
No, we don't count. We don't count the kickers yet. That's to prove it.
Shit. Yeah, we ain't gonna worry about punter. Tyler Perkins and Ryan Milmore.
Well, Tyler Perkins, I mean, dude, his only problem was he was too slow because he had 3 or 4 punts blocked. But dude, he was freshman All-American punter.
I mean, when he could get him off.
Yeah. Well,
but he was moving like the $6 million man.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, come on, like, kick the ball already.
That's an old people reference.
Oh.
That's an old people reference, William.
We old people, man.
True.
I used to have that.
I mean, look, we old.
I had that action figure with the bionic eye. You guys remember that?
I had one as well.
Yeah. Spears kicking in.
Yeah. Okay. For sake of time, we can do defense next week.
Yeah.
Defense preview show for next week.
Game week next week.
Yeah.
Yep. Got a game to talk about. We'll talk about the defense. Yeah.
Talk about defense.
I just thought it was crazy that when I looked at it, probably the only places where freshmen weren't going to play is defensive secondary, probably defensive line, on offensive line, but then you could have a freshman quarterback, you could have freshman running back. Yeah, that's crazy. So
it is. Well, hey, we had our own unpackaging show. My man unpackaged two of the three new beers. You got your taste test. For those of you who like the lighter, look for the Jack Trice Legacy.
If you like an Irish red, I would say the Legend. You have more of a German Oktoberfest type. The Clone Fest.
There you got it. Man drinks beer. He knows. Listen to him.
I tried to.
All right. You know what it is. Go Cyclones.
Go Cyclones.
Go Cyclones. Get your charity beers.